All right, you guys, this is going to be a fucking good one. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? So, let's get into Denveous. Denveous is a complete moron, a fucking loser of all fucking trades. I don't know why he's even around. Anyways, he keeps like joining my personal Discord server and then leaving randomly. And like back in June, I released that video after Darlene, Ding Dong, the fucking dyke is dead video dropped. And he's all about how, oh, dude, normally I don't care for your videos all too much, but listen, dude, this right here, I have to personally thank you for speaking out about. It was a fucking relief hearing someone else speak up about how much of a piece of shit cunt she was. Okay, I mean, you're welcome, Denveous, I guess. I don't fucking know you, and I don't owe you shit. And so he's, like, thanking me for it. If you guys remember, Darlene's, like, dead, as mentioned, and she was an absolute bitch of all fucking kinds. And so, I don't know, she was, like, 60 years old. The whore was Unix Mad's right-hand child predator, fucking... witch, and... So after she died, I dropped that video just saying bye and ding dong to that. And so, but anyways, she's been working with these creeps forever, and I created Mongers 2002-2003 to basically create the open source movement, which they hijacked and created, called Graal Reborn, whatever the fuck that's about. And anyways, I went hard as hell on everybody, dude. And so I apologized to her about the Mongers movement because I was so abused that like I went back into trauma bond mode. On one side, I'm just like, oh, everything's fine. I'm okay. I'm sorry. Everything's cool. And then the next moment, I'm like, fuck you. I'm going to fucking rip your fucking face off type mode. And that's just the way it goes. There's other modes involved. So I was basically back in one of those modes. I was in the fawning mode. And I told Darlene, dude, I was like, by the way, I'm so sorry. And she's like, it's okay, babe. No problem. Everybody goes through those phases. As she's stealing my life. And I started trying to make friends with my enemies instead of fighting them again. And so here I am on this message board trying to make friends with them. So you can see, like, me and the stuff I have going on with Darlene, bitch, this shit goes back fucking decades. And we've got Denveous here, thanking me. Denveous, you have nothing to do with me in my battles. I don't know why you're thanking me. I don't owe you shit. We've been taking on Darlene. We've been taking on Unix Mad. We've been doing all this without you. I don't know why you're acting like you're part of all that. You're living in our shadow now. And so he's thanking me, and I'm just like, okay, cool. I'm glad you feel validated. It's true. He goes, rotten pieces, you dumb cunt. Yeah, that is true. She should rotten pieces, whatever. And he goes on to, talk about how he has screenshots of her being 30 plus at the time trying to sex 14 to 15-year-olds. He doesn't have the screenshots now. And I'm just like, ew, what? Really? And he's like, yeah, one of the guys who played Era with for a while, Fiberwire, had it happen to him, although he can't really talk about him either. He passed away a bit ago. Isn't that convenient? He's just got all these stories but no evidence. And of course, everybody who's involved is passing away, so you can't verify it. I'm like, wow. I said, yeah, I wonder if you can get those screenshots. That'd be a big opportunity to wake some people up. Thanks for the info. He goes, it's so narcissistic that cunt had NPAL shut down in accordance with her death, considering she contributed nothing to she hasn't contributed anything to anything. The girl's she's a bitch. She's a child predator. She helped steal my life. The only reason she ever got paid is because I turned that fucking business into a company. And after that, she had no problem throwing me under the bus and eating my fucking heart out and smearing my fucking name too. And I really hope she rots in hell. There's no question about it. But I don't have any relationship to anybody else who needs to tell me that I'm doing the right thing. I hate Darlene because I know the truth. I don't need you to tell me that you agree with me in order for me to understand why I'm saying she needs to rot in hell. I've lived it. It's been decades of my life, almost 30 years. I don't need Denveous and other people to give me a million reasons as to why they think she's evil. I already know she's evil. I already know she's a child predator. I don't need proof. But he never came back to me with the screenshots. So that would have been nice if he had them. So, the conversation kind of drags on a little bit here. He goes, Darlene jokes she used to manage Pulse. Now she has to manage having no pulse. Okay. Of course I said I fucking love it. I thought it was retarded. I don't know. Honestly, I'm just like, yeah, fucking love it type fucking comment. I'm worse than Regina George, so don't even fucking get me wrong, bro. You catch me in the wrong light, I'm worse than Regina George. But I'm also like I'm as benevolent and loving as Christ, if you can catch me get on my good side and you'll see. But you fuck with me and you'll understand. You know, I'm basically like as lackadaisical and laid back as I fucking feel like being at the moment. I don't really know who Denveous is. So yeah, I'm lightweight being fake as shit with him. I don't fucking know the dude. Get me the screenshots or shut the fuck up is how I fucking feel. And he never got them, so whatever to that. And anyway, one day he comes back to me. This was like months later. So you're talking about June, and then he comes back in November and he's like, laugh my ass off. What the fuck? I'm gonna start calling you little Unix mad. And he's like forwarding me this terms of submission from my game because I created this game engine. And so in my game, community, I created a terms of conditions where if people wanted to submit content, they had to confirm that they were 18 years or older, and they had to release their intellectual property before I would use it. And the reason I created that is because everybody in the Jest server was asking for it. This was early on, but everybody can verify for you. They were asking for it. So, once I started like creating some of the engine stuff, and it takes years to create an engine, I guess, to really do good at it. But as soon as I started doing that, a bunch of people who were getting banned and stuff, they started joining my server and they were asking if they could submit content for my engine because they were wanting to replace Graal. And I was like, if that's what you guys fucking want, I was like, I'll put up some terms and conditions, but you have to be 18 because I will not take donations from anybody who is under the age of 18. You can see it right here in the terms and conditions. The first fucking rule is you must be an 18-year-old adult or older who is completely aware of what you are doing. And I'm entitled to this. They've stolen everything from me, Stefan and Unix Mad. I'm entitled to this. What the community has done to me, what they've all taken from me. I'm entitled to have donations. I don't really want donations. I haven't taken any donations, and I'll explain to you why. It's not because I'm against it morally. I don't give a fuck. You can give me where the hell you fucking want at this fucking point. I've been through too much. But the reason I don't really want donations is because I'm too much of a perfectionist. How do I explain this? I'm too much of a perfectionist. I find it very, very difficult to believe that anybody is able to submit artwork to a game that's going to even be able to be incorporated into what I have in mind, because I have a very specific art direction. I don't want that to be polluted. I already had people trying to submit stuff to me, and I was just like, yeah, that doesn't really fit the art style. And it kind of hurt their feelings a little bit. And I felt bad about that. You know what I mean? I kind of felt bad about that. I'm just like, I'm sorry. But it's the way it goes. I want everything to be cohesive. So, like, I'm not really looking to accept submissions. But everybody in the server wants to be able to submit stuff. So anyways, I'm just like, you can do that if you want, but make sure that you sign this terms and conditions explicitly stating that you understand that there are preliminary requirements before I even consider your work. And so that would include you have to be an adult. And then at that point, I would also, if somebody submitted something that I was using, I would also have to speak to them privately and ensure that they're an adult and make sure that they're actually really, really, truly willing to let go of that work. So there's a lot of stuff that goes involved. There's a lot of stuff that goes involved with taking stuff from other people. But one thing that you have to do is you have to admit that you're 18 years old or older. And Denveous fucking messages me, and he's like forwarding me my own fucking stuff, and he starts telling me that I'm Unix mad because I'm allowing adults who asked if they could submit stuff to me to sign terms and conditions to submit content to me, which makes no sense because Denveous is a fan of Graal Reborn who steals everybody's content that wasn't submitted to them, who steals children's content. He is a fan of Unix Mad. He's like obsessed with Unix Mad. His life revolves around him. He's been playing Graal for decades. Denveous never had an issue with that. There's no videos of Denveous criticizing Unix Mad's practices and Stefan's practices. Denveous is a fan of Stefan Noor, who's been stealing and pirating content and taking stuff from kids without permission and taking stuff from other people's games without permission. He has no issue with any of that. But when one of the victims codes his own engine and says you have to be 18 years or older, and people said, hey, I want to submit stuff, and I said, well, make sure that you sign this first before we even look at your work, Denveous is telling me that I'm a predator. So you can already see where this is going. This guy is another child predator who is absolutely enraged that I'm starting to rise up. He doesn't want me to have a voice. He doesn't want me to have a voice because he's fully been an accomplice to child predation for decades. And now he doesn't want the children to rise up because if they do, then Denveous is going to have a spotlight on the fact that he's a fucking creep, right? Like, don't let the children rise up. Just make sure that you make every excuse in the book for them to be preyed upon. So he's messaging me my own terms and conditions, which makes no sense because, you know, it's in the server, it's public. And he's like, this is directly out of his playbook, LOL, though I won't lie, neither for you nor Unix will that ever hold up in any courtroom in USA or out of USA. It would actually hold up in every fucking courtroom in the United States. I'm not sure what you're talking about. If you sign terms and agreements to enter a chat room and then you submit content to that chat room because you're a fucking adult, and then I then message you after you submit stuff and we go through the process of determining whether or not you want fucking money from it, whether or not you truly are 18. All that stuff comes into account there. That absolutely holds up in a courtroom. And even if it didn't, Denveous, at this point, what's it matter? You're already stealing from everybody. You're stealing from me too. So I don't know why you're running your faggot fucking mouth at me. Like, at one point he's like telling me, thank God, you know, Darlene died. And then he's telling me that I have no right to be an artist and collaborate with other people. So at this point, Denveous has switched into child predator mode and swearing up and down that everybody's allowed to collaborate with other people in the world, but Antago's not. Antago's not allowed to collaborate with people. Antago's not allowed to make money. He's a faggot. Faggots need to be stoned to death. Go right back to where we were with my last video, right? Every gay person in America is not allowed to have terms and conditions with people. They're not allowed to collaborate with adults. They're not allowed to be artists. They're not allowed to pay for work. They're not allowed to have work donated to them. They're not allowed to have terms and conditions. They can't sign contracts. They can't get married. They can't talk. They can't do this. They can't pay for stuff. They can't pay for that. Courts don't care about gay people. Just stone you to death. You're a faggot. Denveous, just come out and say what you are. You're a fucking homophobic child predator who thinks it's okay to rob kids, especially if they turn out to be gay when they're adults. So we already know where this is going. He does not want me to exist, and so he will make up anything, which makes no sense. And he's like throwing this thing at me, which I don't care about. I said, bro, nobody here submitted any artwork, you fucking idiot. I just don't care. So what's it matter? And he's like, first off, no one cussed you out. No need for all that. And I said, are you even 18? If not, then leave now. Just go away. Because I don't even know who this dude is. He's like, kid, please, LOL. I said, yeah, it was created because people here asked for it, you stupid ass. And he goes, you obviously don't remember me. I used to go by Darkfire or Moon Death. I'm 36. I'm not a child. I've been around Graal since the beginning. I still talk to Stefan. I've worked on his crappy I at Beats games recently. So this is a child predator who's been working with child predators, who's been benefiting from stealing from my life. I don't know why you're sliding into my fucking DMs thinking that I'm your fucking friend and that you have some place with me, you faggot. Pay me my money. You've been working for Stefan, then pay me my fucking money. He got his fucking business started off of my fucking stuff. Pay me my fucking money, Denveous. I don't know why you think that we have some special connection. And by the way, this dude has not been in Graal forever. He's just making shit up. Every time somebody comes to me, they're always like, you don't even know who I am, you piece of shit. I used to go by Link Burger. I don't know. I could even... like, you have to come up with the dumbest shit. Like, I used to go by, I don't know, Star Magnifier. I used to go by, Earthwind. I used to go by Dark Link. I used to go by, like, just like always, there's always some cliche ass name that they will throw out of nowhere, anywhere, and try to convince you that there's some oldie. Because, like, this is what I have to deal with, you guys. You have no idea. It's clout chasing at a whole retarded level because I've been robbed for decades at this, like... like, what are you even trying to extract from me at this point, you guys? Like, people who watch my fucking channel, do you really think people watch my channel because of my name? I don't think that they do. Like, they've already, like, robbed everything and erased my name and pissed and shit all over me. So I don't know what kind of clout you think you're extracting, you faggot. Like, he's just, like, making up stuff. I'm old me, but you don't remember me. You guys, he was not there. He's making it up. Back, like, come on, guys. I go back to the first version of Graal. Yes, I do. Like, the first version of Graal. It was the transitory beta alpha version that was like, it was beta one moment and then it was non-beta the next. They had Bomberman, Zelda, and Tetris on Cyberjor, and Zelda just ended up having a bunch of fucking people playing it because Zelda had more fans from Nintendo. So everybody who had a website was somebody who was prominent in the fucking community. So, like, this dude's, like, sitting here fucking trying to gaslight the hell out of me and just pretend like I don't remember what life was. He wasn't there. There's no Darkfire or Moon Death. Look at him just throwing names out, just hoping something sticks to the wall. I used to go by Darkfire or Moon Death. Like, look at him throwing two names out. And they both look like they were generated from a name generator. So anyways, he's like admitting that he worked for Stefan, which is just like as gay as it gets. It's like, okay, cool. The dude who stole my life. Neat. I'm so glad you and him were fucking, I don't know, fucking getting together every day, collaborating on how you were going to rip more people off. So I said, you're friends with Stefan? Laugh my fucking ass off, a child predator who robbed kids. He goes, Unix mad was the predator. Stefan didn't do any of that nonsense, man. I was like, bro, you were in Graal in the beginning. Like, he doesn't even know who Stefan is. Stefan was not only stealing Bomberman, Tetris, and Zelda, and they didn't just try to rob Pachuca, they robbed me. Like, after they tried to steal the southern map from Pachuca, they just stole... he created a fake thing called Player World, and he's like, I want you to be my first Player World, Antago. And then they stole my Player World and shoved it where Pachuca's levels used to be. Like, why do you think my levels are where Pachuca's levels used to be? Because they couldn't rob Pachuca. He was a grown-ass adult. It's so stupid. And in the first fucking page server, like, bro, I remember it like it was yesterday. I know for you guys it feels like a long time ago, especially if you know, he's kind of a newer player in Graal. They pretend like they've been a part of Graal forever. They haven't. They have not been. And people who haven't been a part of Graal forever don't realize how stupid this fucking thing is. This community in this game is. I love it because it's my lore, it's my history, and I'm not gonna let go of that. Like, I'm making a Graal cartoon and I'm doing all this stuff because it's my history. You guys, like, Everybody in this community, they just want to control Graal because they have this ego attached to it. This is my fucking life, dude. This is my identity that they've been trying to take from me. They're trying to bury my memories so that they can get away with being millionaires off my stuff. Like, it's deeper for me than it is for you. For you guys, it's something to conquer. For me, it's my fucking history. It's my life. I was there when it was a baby, when it was nothing. It was nothing. When Graal was just nothing. I was there. I helped make it something, you know? And Pachuca's southern map was just, I don't care what Pachuca's done criminally. Like, his southern map was just a work of beauty and art. It was so beautiful because it was just a moment in time that will never disappear. It was like the late 90s, and it was the dawn of the internet. And those levels mean something to me. And they will never not mean something. In fact, I own them now, and they're a part of Destiny now. But they replaced them with Destiny. And they did that because they wanted to replace Pachuca's levels. And so they did it with a child. They targeted a child because they knew that they could manipulate and rob him. So I already know the history. Everybody knows the history. This isn't a question. Anyways, I don't know. I'm drifting off. Long story short, I told him, I'm like, bro, you weren't in Graal in the beginning. And he goes, there's a lot you don't know. I was. You have a good day, little Unix Mad. I think you're a closeted pedophile, and that's why you constantly call people predators. You have dozens of videos talking about it. I probably have more than dozens. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, it goes on and on, dude. And so... He goes, not only that, but you spout off and tried to take credit for things you had no hand in. Like, what? He's making shit. Like, now he's just making shit up. He's just running his mouth. Look at him. He's like, you're schizo. You're confused. You're misguided as fuck. Your memory's skewed. Your whole reality is false. You need help. Believe what you want, though. LOL. This guy had a whole fucking meltdown in front of me. And I'm just like... clearly just like, get the fuck away from me. Like, completely disinterested in this dude. But anyway, so here's where things get funny. I don't know, he's been hanging out with Zin and talking shit up, and I'm just like, okay, bye Zin, don't talk to me Zin. I don't give a fuck, dude. I'm not here to be your fucking security blanket, your little fucking, teddy bear that you can hold at nights. If you're going to hang out and work for Unix Mad and hang out in his servers and hang out in the fucking my enemy's servers and hang out in Graal Reborn servers and do this, and that and validate pieces of shit like this, like Denveous is clearly a child predator. The guy's a complete creep. Like, I'm just living my life, defending kids to the best of my ability. And I have people in my DMs constantly, and every one of them just turn out to be psychopaths. They're like screaming about how Israel has the right to blow up kids, or they're screaming about how I should stop exposing child predation, or they're coming in, they're manipulating me like Larko and other faggots and trying to use me and weaponize me to harm other people and to discredit me and to hurt people, which is just fucking insane. It's just like left and right. This community is just full of nothing but people who have no fucking morals, who don't care about kids, who don't care about right and wrong. So all that to be said, Zin came to me and he told me that I guess him and Denveous were chatting with the fucking one of the AI bots on Unix Mad server, and they came up with all of these files here. And so if you go through these files, you can find out, I guess, some of the server structure, the servers for, in Toonslab, which are paid for with the money they're stealing from me. And because, Unix Mad and Stefan couldn't make a game. They couldn't fucking make money of their own. They had to steal my fucking games to start the company. So I'm going to release this, and you guys can do what you fucking want with it. And I don't care how many people fucking want to run their mouth about me. I'm releasing it because I have the fucking right to. Don't fucking rob me, and you won't find the fuck out, will you? So I've got this little server structure here. And we got the names of the different servers. There's a bunch of them. Let me see here. There's like Pixies. Let me see. Pixies. You can see Pixies is a big thing. Koopa. It was Koopa, was it? Or, Kong. Not Koopa. Kong, Zelda. So they're naming the different servers off of like Nintendo stuff: Kong, Zelda, Gi, Tega, Delteria, Sonic. So you got the different code names for the variables of the different servers. We got the server structure. Where the fuck was that at? Pixies. It was in one of those servers. Where was the? Here it is. So if you go to roadmap, you can see how some of this stuff works. There's the era server, the classic server. So you can see their classic and and era are their bread and butter. This is what's funding everything, and neither of these games are owned by anybody who's been profiting off of it, including Stefan. Stefan stole so much fucking stuff because he's a loser, and they weren't able to rob Pachuca, so they started targeting kids, and they robbed us. But you can see what it's doing. It's doing like this, rsync and the light stream. It's got this backup, the staging, the light stream. They're doing these kind of nightly backups and the standbys. I think what they're doing is they've got a number of locations. We already broke this down. I just kind of forget some of the details, but we already studied it and broke it down. So let me see if I can just remember some of it off the top of my head. But we ended up kind of coming to the fucking conclusion was they were doing like different servers around the world, and every night or at various, intervals, they would consolidate a lot of that data, and they would consolidate it into backup servers. So they would have servers around the different, locations in the world so that the servers would run faster, the data would stream faster for each player. And then they were doing nightly backups and things like that. But it looks like they had different, 39 different fucking machines. So as you can see, they couldn't afford this. They had to steal from us in order to afford it. Because you can't run 39 fucking machines if you don't have money to do it. So like all this shit about how Unix, Mad, and Stefan were successful, they weren't successful. Nobody was paying for their stuff. They couldn't afford the servers anymore. So they had to start stealing content from children in order to start making money to fund all these servers and projects that they were going to use so they could live it up and live in luxury and never contribute back to society ever again. Go ask Stefan and Unix Mad what they've contributed to society. Avalonia is a piece of shit. Corleone's a fucking dog fucking piece of shit. It's not even made by Stefan. The only thing they can fucking do is just like constantly steal from people and then lie and attack the victims. And if you ever fucking come to me in my fucking DMs again, run in your fucking mouth, Denveous, we're gonna have bigger fucking problems. And I swear to you fucking that much. But here's Denveous, by the way. Denveous has been hacking the servers and trying to take over them. This dude's like 37 fucking years old. He's been banned. From what I can tell, he's worked for Unholy Nation. He works on Unholy Nation. So anyways, I don't know why Denveous is an admin on Unholy Nation, because he's hacking the Graal servers. According to Zen, Denveous and him have been hacking the Graal servers and trying to hack into the Graal bots in the back end, the AI bots. They've been manipulating the AI bots and collecting all kinds of information and all kinds of top secret fucking files and screenshots and stuff on Unix Mad server, and they've been DDoSing it and doing all kinds of fucking shit. Which is absolutely fucking insane to me, because why? You have no business in Graal. Neither Zen nor you have intellectual property here. You're not victims. You're not. In fact, you've already told me that you don't believe I'm a victim. So you don't even believe that anybody's been victimized. You're doing all of this for Stefan? That doesn't make any fucking sense. All of this for Stefan? That wouldn't make any fucking sense. Stefan's doing fine. So obviously you're doing it because either you're a child predator creep and you just want to control children's games, or you believe that Stefan and Unix Mad were preying on kids, and deep down you feel entitled to do it, which means that you already know what you did to me was so fucking egregious that makes you a child predator, because here you are coming to me trying to block me from speaking the truth, trying to intimidate me, trying to tell me that my abusers are entitled to success, but I'm supposed to shut up and never exist. So, Denveous, I hope you get banned. I hope everybody fucking finds out who the hell you are and knows what's going on moving forward. You're not welcome back in Graal. You're not welcome back in my fucking servers. You're not welcome anywhere. This guy's a total fucking creep. He's 37 years old. If if you want to download this legend, the Toonslab server legend, you can go over to the link in my description below on mongers.net, and you will find the Toonslab server fucking legend, and spread that like wildfire, and let everybody know that Denveous, he's not really doing anything. He's not accomplishing anything. He's fucking the Graal servers up, and the guy's a complete fucking creep, a child predator. He's covering for them. He's attacking children who are victimized. He's lying about his history in Graal, and he's sitting around at 37 years old all day DDoSing a children's fucking game. For what? For what? He was never a victim. He owns no part of Graal. He has no intellectual property here.